heading off to Stuttgart. Action today, action tomorrow as well. Men starting off on the floor, the women on the vaults, as you will see very shortly indeed. A lot of action going on in qualification, but we have athletes who have made it to the main event. Athletes for the floor: Ghana of Japan, Zed of Mexico, Aberdini, Italy, Guimaraes of Puerto Rico, Campos of Portugal, North Finland, Sugino Coral, and the women of course on the vault: Marios of Canada, Furak of Croatia, Pitres Portugal, Czech of Croatia, Ferreira of Portugal, Patterson of Canada, Meas of Puerto Rico. We will get to grips with these athletes very shortly as they get to grips with the apparatus as well. So we're about to get underway here in Guimaraes, just northeast of Porto is where we are. And here is our first athlete. It is going to be giving care of Mexico, 25-year-old. Little step back straight away, looking to set the mark here. Certainly starting well. Now the balance element of the floor. To the handstand. For stability and control. Back to the tumble. Big step forward, right in front of those judges. And there we are, we're underway. The Mexican starting us off. There is the start list. Guide you through these athletes as we go. And a solid start from the Mexican and from the Sonora State Club. Last year, but not in the floor. High bar. The order changed a few hours ago. He was supposed to be on second, but had the responsibility of getting us underway. Patterson now to get us underway on the vault. Oh, nicely done as well. I wonder if she looks so happy. Good landing. 26-year-old from Vancouver. Yurchenko onto the vault. And there wasn't much of a movement when she landed on the mat. So this is the new lineup. I'm going to shuffle around a little bit. It doesn't really matter, does it? You have to do your two vaults come what may. Now for the second one. this right. Slight delay here, but Patterson will soon be into her second vault. To the floor for the men and the women's vault, we will have the men on the pommel horse, followed by the rings for the men and the symmetric bars for the women. It's the first of the vaults. Twisting that somersault as well. It was really well executed. Remember, of course, it's all to do with difficulty and execution. Those are the marks that they will be getting. Obviously, it's an issue with the vault at the moment, which is why we're having to wait here. Now we are ready to go.
1 second hold.
Into that plank position, just a little step forward, but a pretty good collection of vaults for the one from Vancouver. Got to get the acceleration in quickly. Little half turn onto the vault itself. Meanwhile, 13.6 for the Mexican. He obviously will take the lead, and exit stage left with the mascot. Ms. Patterson will bring you her scores in just a minute. Guimaraes is next from Puerto Rico. 21-year-old. Some good twists on that first tumble. Only just got there, almost ran out of space. That's much better. Now into the balance part of his routine. Just about landed that one as well. 21 years of age, Guimaraes was at the Pan American Games. 12.05 for Patterson. Good execution marks for her. She sets the bar for the vault, so to speak. There's a sprung floor which helps them in those transitions from one somersault to another. That was the one where he very nearly landed on his backside, but just about had the good balance to hang on to that one. Getting the twists in. Next from Croatia, Tijana Čalšek. Nice solid first vault from the woman from Karlovac, 21 years of age. I've seen her at the Mersin World Challenge Cup, but didn't make it in to the top 10, let alone qualify for a final, so she's doing well here. Just that twist at the death there. Completely balanced on landing. Got pretty good height on it though. And it's Guinness, 13.4.
For second ball.
That puts him into second place. Second effort now from the Croatian. Oh, lovely. Little step back, but it was a really nice fault. A smile from the Croatian. 30 years of age now, wants to stay in the sport, she says. As a judge, also taking a coaching course as well. Is a vault specialist. Bronze in Mersin. Also in the finals in Koper and Osijek. She waits for her scores as well. First home athlete, this is Guilherme Campos for Portugal. 18 years of age from Porto, just down the road, and that's why he's getting this reception. Ooh, and a big step forward. Won't be happy with that start. And again, not the most solid landing. A lot of twists in that somersault though. Good combination, that is better. Two tumbling runs in a row, and now to the balance part of this routine. Taking his time. All about brawn and power and backflips, although I suspect that's what the crowd have come for. And a good finish as well. Well, not the best beginning, but he got better as the routine went on, and the coach is happy. 13.3 for Karolczyk. Into first base she goes. To the floor. Big step forward at the beginning. Certainly improved. Nice twists there. And a good landing as well.
On ball to Portugal, Rafaela Guimaraes.
He smiles from Campos. Meanwhile, another Portuguese athlete, Rafaela Ferreira of Portugal, ready to go on the vault. Very tidy indeed. Little step back, but really nice vault from Ferreira. Another athlete from just down the road in Porto, 17 years of age. Legs kept nicely straight. Can travel on the vault as well. Coach always having a little word in the ear. Such is the nature of the vault that you have to compose yourself once again. Set off a game. put Portugal into a medal position from the home crowd. There's some very noisy fans. 12.65 puts her there or thereabouts on the first one. And a similar vault for a second one. Whether it's enough to overtake Tauchek is another matter, but again, little twist onto the table. And then into that tuck-like position. And while the mascot is happy, if no one else, escorting the athletes off. Campos, meanwhile, 13.35. He'll stay in third place out of the three athletes so far. Takuya Nagano is next up, the 27-year-old from Mizaki. A veteran by comparison to some of the youngsters here today. Oh dear, didn't quite get the rotation in and landed on his heel. Good attack though, real good intent and amplitude, and so disappointed with the first of those tumbles. So much better. That's a good finish as well. What a shame about the slip at the beginning for Nagano. .425. Into second place she goes. Let's have a look at this again from Nagano. Yeah, just didn't have enough air. Wasn't enough space left to get that in. Much better though after that. It's a question of what could have been a real live wire crackerjack of an athlete. Of course, we wait for his scores. The noise level goes up again for Mariana Pitres, the 20-year-old. Acro Club de Maria. Ooh, a long old hop backwards. Slightly off balance on landing. The face, I think, probably says it all. Studying environmental studies at Porto University, so it's not been a long old journey for this competition, that's for sure. Now then, what do you get? 12.975. Could have been without that slip.
For second hold.
That's you. You're on, Mariana. What can she do here? First vault, not the best. Can she pull it back here? Out of bounds, I'd say. Still a learning curve for the youngster, the student. Just watch where she lands. Bounces off into the red, but much better than the first, I think it's fair to say. I don't think she'll be challenging the leaders. rueful smile to the mascot. Good contingent of Portuguese athletes. Corral is next up. Daniel Corral of Mexico. 29-year-old from Ensenada. Big step forward on the first run. That's a good combination though. Very good speed. Just over balance, little step forward. That's a really nice section of balance and agility on the floor. Not fully in control of the landing, but well, he'll be happy enough with that, I'm sure. Been to 2 Olympic Games, and was in the parallel bars final in London where he came 5th. The World Championship silver in the pommel horse, 12.225. Petres not last. Patterson just a little bit behind her as we look at Daniel Corral, the Mexican. Experienced at 29 years of age. Is that enough to put him into the lead here? If you're wondering how he managed to do that, just look at the biceps, the power of these athletes. Just remarkable. This is what it can do, the agility, the coordination, the power, just the raw power, and yet it looks so elegant. Good twists in that somersault as well. 13.875, and that is enough to put him into first place. Next up, Sophie Marat of Canada. A good vault, and a big step back. 18-year-old from Montreal. Getting the twist in. Sixth at the World Cup in Columbus in 2017. 7th at the Pan American Games as well. Second vault coming up then. That's a little bit better. Did that one very nicely. Coach and Viewport happy with that, getting the acceleration in, and then the twist onto the table, and the twist in the somersault. Very nicely executed. qualified second behind our leader at the moment, Kalchek. Here's the floor at the moment, and it is Corral who leads from Kevin Cerda of Mexico. Will that change? Next up, Patrick Powell of Finland. 20 years of age. Kala. Two World Challenge Cups last year and won the final there in the high bar. 12.7 for the Canadian whilst we wait for the floor exercise to get underway. And that is enough to put her into second place. This man
on floor from Finland, Patrick Palmadov.
Nice forward tuck somersaults there. Twists, again, steadily done. Up into the handstand. So far, so good. Finnish athlete, showing very good control. Lovely way to finish as well. Didn't put much in way of a foot wrong throughout that routine. Down to the judges now. Putting the twists in as you have to in these routines. Just a little step back. These press handstands. Into the second one, that was nicely done. Well, they'd be happy with that, I'm sure. Back to the vault. This is Paula Diaz of Puerto Rico. 4 times Puerto Rican Gymnast of the Year, 25 years of age. Based in Miami now at the Leyva Club. Puerto Ricans make their training base in Florida.
On ball from Puerto Rico, Paola Mejia.
Strapped, ankles protected, such as the nature and the rigours of this sport. Ooh, just about landed it, almost had her backside on the mat. 13.6, excellent work. Into second by my reckoning for Palmaroth. Meanwhile, just a little bit late on that last twist, left her off balance. well. Certainly a well-known athlete in Puerto Rico. And recognised as well. It's been a great opening to this weekend of action here in Guimaraes. Ready for this second vault from the Puerto Rican athlete. That's what she can see, and what she is visualising will be a rival at the table there. This is the first one again. It's a little late. Got to get enough air off the table. It's a question of keeping your focus once there are delays like this, and she certainly is at the moment, bouncing around. Eyes down that red carpet, the runway, inviting her to do this second vault. Here we go. Herself warm, keeping herself ready. There's a bit of a delay here. I'm not quite sure why. It might just be down to timing. Okay, here we go. Some conflab amongst the judges. It's only when they say they're ready that we can go. So 12.9, a very good start. And it won't get her into the medals unless she pulls out something spectacular here. And that's not bad. A little tip back of the head. A little bit uncontrolled on the landing. Got a lot of speed onto the springboard. Was it 2.5 twists? But, the legs weren't straight on landing. That'll disappoint her. A little bit unbalanced. We await the decision of our judges. For Paula Mayas, at least you can smile now. To the floor, and the men, Takaki Sugino is our second Japanese athlete, penultimate one before we finish this floor exercise. 20-year-old from May. Last year took a gold in the bar. What can he do here on the floor exercise? He's made the final, the last 8. That'll be a big boost to him. done. Coach likes it. You can hear him shouting his encouragement. Oh, just about got away with that. Wasn't the cleanest, landing right in front of the judges. Nagano slipped his first tumbling run, just about keeping himself in bounds. Sugino. Circle in. Now back to the tumbling routines to finish us off. That was a very elegant way to finish as well. Seemed to float through the air. Now then, what has Mayers got? 13.575. That will put her into first place by my reckoning. This man, Sugino. Well, certainly an eye-catching routine. A little tuck, forward tuck there. And landings always scrutinised by the judges. That was a very good landing. Just about held it together. Then the strength exercises, getting that floor circle. Amazing amount of strength needed for that. And he seems happy enough. I was going to say the youngster, 20 years of age in gymnastics, not necessarily the first flush of youth. Furak is our last woman on the vaulting runway, 21 years of age. Very simple but effective somersault off that table there. Final before 14 from Sugino, and that will take the top step off the podium. Tucked in, still unable to land it as cleanly as she would have liked. Smiles before the second one. Last of the women athletes on the vaults. Men in action, of course, tomorrow. The vault. Qualified 5th this competition. Van Heerden, the unlucky 8th athlete to miss out. Didn't start the second set of scores and so did not finish. The others did manage to get through. Second fault then. 12.8. The first one. Again, cleanly done. Little step back though. For the spectacular, but looking to execute very well. Remember, get marked on difficulty. That can go up as much as you want it to. But execution, up to 10 marks. So it is a balancing act between ambition and just executing something perhaps a little bit more simple, better, and getting more points. That's what the coach, I'm sure, will be having the conversation with their athletes about. Then we wait. Score. Meanwhile, last athlete, Abadini of Italy, 18 years of age, from Bergamo. First in the floor exercise at the Youth Olympic Games, so certainly has a pedigree, this young man.
On the floor from Italy, Abadini.
Oh yes, beautifully done. Big step forward that time, but stayed in bounds. There's the twists in and then straight into the strength. Circle and, oh my word, the scissors as well. Very nicely done. And the press handstand. Dear. What a shame at the end, that little stumble. What an impressive routine that is. What a talent this young man is, Abadini. Meanwhile, Petra Furac, 12.275. She won't be on the top step of the podium. My reckoning, she might well be in the bronze medal position. Just get confirmation in that shortly as we look at Abadini. Excellent work all the way through, apart from that stumble right at the end. Will it be? Remember, 14 is the mark to beat from Takaki Sugino. We'll see this young man all the way throughout today.
Yeah.
Qualified for the pommel horse and the rings. Still having recovering after a very impressive floor routine. It's only at the end he didn't quite land the last tumbling run. This, goodness me, how easy does he make it look? Off, setting himself up for the next run. And right at the end, a lot of twists in there, but didn't quite land it. Still we wait. Still he waits. Nervous wait, I'm sure. A lot to see and do outside in Guimaraes, beautiful medieval buildings. It is a World Heritage Site. But these excitable young ladies have decided they want to come and see some really high-class gymnastics. 13.275 for him. He won't make it onto the podium. It is Takaki who will make his in first place, Corral second, and then Palmoth and Serda will share third place with that 13.6. Of the gymnastics squads are watching, a lot of the members of the public are, and they will see that the South's finished Guimaraes from Calchek, and it is Sophie Marios who finishes in third place. So that is how it has finished the first two events today. The crowd slowly growing here as well. Good to see them here. For joining us as well. Judges will slowly move to somewhere other than the floor and the vaults. Serda coming in third place, 13.6, equal score with Patrick Palmroth of Finland. Five-year-old. Second medal here, got one last year, high bar. This is Guimaraes. Just missed out on a medal, the Puerto Rican, 21-year-old. Campos, the local favourite, 13.35, not enough to get him to the podium, but certainly impressed. Porto, just 18 years of age. Get the twists in to impress the judges. Shame, it was the opening tumble from Nagano. Couldn't break the 13-point barrier as a result, and I think we looked really good, the 27-year-old. And he came second, Daniel Corral. 13.875. The veterans, the man who knows what it's like to be in an Olympic final. The crowd being entertained whilst we await the award ceremony for the vault and the floor, and then we go to the pommel horse for the men, and then on the the rings and the women on the uneven bars. That's what we've got coming up. This is a little look back at action on the vaults. Canadians with 2 athletes in the mix here. Very good opening as well. Patterson. Quite so well landed the second time round. There's the veteran. Check. Great height, great speed. These athletes having to make a decision between how complex they wanted their vaults to be, and of course, execution of it. Just saw Sophie Marois, who came third. Swept all before her, 13.575. From Puerto Rico, Guimaraes. Year-old. That's not entirely pleased by our high standards. Certainly enough difficulty in those moments to see her through. Petr of Croatia. Not on the podium. The Merson World Challenge Cup this year. Didn't make it into a final there, but she has here, so whatever happens, she will be happy, even though it's not a podium place. So a couple of minutes before we have the medal ceremonies. Into the action. Take selfies, aren't they? But they're not very happy to be on camera. Well, some are. Some are more happy than others, I think it's fair to say. End of a long season. The Challenge Cup Series, Challenging China, Osijek, Koper, Mersin, Bathily, Paris, and Guimaraes. Guimaraes, a lovely way to finish as well, just to the north of Porto, the north of Portugal. Some say it's the birthplace of Portugal, because Portugal's first king, Alfonso Henriques, thought to be born here. First medal ceremony of the weekend then, men's floor and the women's vault events. First medals about to be handed out. Start with the women. Sophie Mawa of Canada with the bronze in the vaults. The 18-year-old from Montreal. Diana Tarkic of Croatia takes second. Yes, of Puerto Rico. That's the woman who takes the gold here in Guimaraes. Experienced athlete at 25 years of age. For our dignitaries to step up over medals.
In the first place,
it is the four-time Puerto Rican Gymnast of the Year who takes another medal for her trophy cabinet. Based in Miami, in Florida, very much part of the Puerto Rican team. It's gold for her. Silver for Diana Tarkic, and Sophie Mawa takes the bronze.
Please rise for the national anthem of Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, Paula Mias with the first gold medal of this World Challenge Cup Artistic Gymnastics here in Portugal, in Guimaraes. They'll take their place back behind the podium as the men prepare for their moment. Medals for the floor exercise. To the bronze going to Patrick Palmroth of Finland. Daniel Corral of Mexico with the silver. And it is Sugino Takaki who takes the gold for Japan. 20 years of age. Second gold in a World Challenge Cup last year in Copa. Guimaraes there as well, so starting to get an impressive CV behind him. And from Guimaraes. Confirmation of having finished. That means that we'll hear very shortly the national anthem of Japan. Gold then for Sugino. Mexico's Corral taking the silver, and Palmroth of Finland with that bronze medal in third place. The mascot's been busy, hasn't he? Getting everywhere, I guess that's the job, isn't it? So, 2 down, 3 to go for today's action here in Guimaraes. Next up is the pommel horse for men.